Well, after a disappointing season-opening loss, Chanhassen rebounded with a comfort-behind win Saturday afternoon. Now they host a Shakopee team that is already matched its win total from 2015 next on PrepSpotlight.tv. Who scored twice against Jordan on Saturday. Not to be outdone, Marlon Gonzalez had a hat trick against Jordan on Saturday, already 4 goals on the year. He pairs up front with Luke Sheehan, number 5, Gonzalez wearing number 8. And for Chanhassen, Luke Reich is in goal, the junior. Callahan Manuel, number 3, on defense with Liam Guthrie, number 7, Kevin Allen, number 8, and Will Wilson, number 21. Only 2 listed and the first ball played forward. Looking down this right-hand side. They were looking for Isidoro, and that's just shepherded out of play by Zach Swisher. 40-minute halves here, and of course extra time, be 2 5-minute halves, not sudden death if things are still level after the 80 minutes. And I should warn you, this is my 3rd broadcast of the year. The first 2 have both gone to extra time. One was a tie, and the other a 3-2 game up in Blaine on Friday. We'll see if these 2 teams can settle it in the allotted time. Physical battle in the midfield. Looking to win it there was Jack Foley for Chanhassen. He loses out. Zachary Olson also lost out. Now here's a chance for Bader. Looking for some space down on that right-hand side, looking for some help, and is able to at least win a corner. So the first good opportunity of the match goes to the Storm. And moving across to take it will be the senior Foley, one of 6 seniors on this Chanhassen team. Though it should be noted, one of them, A.J. Olson, not suited up today. picket fence in front of the goaltender here for this corner. It's aimed a little deeper and knotted wide. It looked like it went off the head of Callahan Manuel. And it's hammered away by Isidoro. Just clears the danger. Zach Swisher, the junior, puts it back into play and plays it short for Manuel. Tried a tricky ball through the middle and gets a little help there from Mahabadi, who played it through and now has it back again. And Swisher looking to switch it, does find a man through the crowd. That's Kevin Allen over there. Again, Shakopee able to do enough to get it away. Luke Sheehan couldn't hold it up long enough. Now Kurth. Isidoro trying to hold that in. The blue lines are the lines that we're looking at. Actually, it's the black lines. They're almost right next to each other. Blue lines are actually the girls' lacrosse lines, which are about 6 inches wider than the soccer field. One on the far side belongs to the Sabres. Isidoro is standing on this near side of the field, and there's no one within 40 yards of him right now. They can switch play effectively. He'll have a lot of space to work with. The intervention there by Will Wilson. And the junior goaltender Reich preferred to the sophomore Michael Simon. Off the head of Riley Sames back there defensively for Shakopee. Now it's broken very nicely here, and there's a chance for Chanhassen, and off the crossbar is Danny Brown. Great early opportunity for the Storm, and Brown got all of it. Denied by the crossbar. And Shakopee still struggling to clear it. Finally hammered out of there by Brandon Mant. Knotted on by Sheehan. Gonzalez cutting off the route to the goaltender, so the only way out for Wilson is out of play. 4 minutes gone here in this first half. Already one very good scoring chance, and a ball that just broke to the sophomore forward Danny Brown. Long throw by Wilson, and it's sent right back to him. Sheehan trying to knot it on here for Marlon Gonzalez. What a goal in the first game and 3 in Saturday's rout of Jordan. This undoubtedly Shakopee's biggest early test. And they'll get ready for South Suburban Conference play, which doesn't have a whole lot of let-offs in it. High-quality teams there, and former state champions like Eastview who are expected to be right up there again. Down that right-hand side, it's Brown again. Shouldered off the ball, dummied very nicely on the play by Bader, but a couple of chances were blocked. Comes back out for Swisher, and his rocket is off the head of Lawrence Kurth. Out for a goal kick. Good pressure here, though, for the Storm here in the early going. Andrew Hofer in net for Shakopee, just a freshman. So far, just one allowed through 2 games. Looked like that might have been a handball on the far side by Olsen, but he plays it through now for Sheehan. He's eased off the ball, and it goes out of play. Liam Guthrie doing the defending. Still belongs to the Sabres here. See the football team in the background finishing up their practice, relegated down to the grass field, a little further down the hill here in this tiered athletic setup. Behind us, just a little bit elevated, is the baseball field. Of course, this multi-purpose soccer, football, lacrosse stadium. Beautiful facility here at Chanhassen. Knotted on by Bader, but no one there in white to follow up. Marlon Gonzalez working hard, spilled on the play, looked at the referee momentarily, but didn't get a call. Right back up and right back onto it. Help from Isidoro. Cleared by the Storm and helped along on the play by Foley. Midfield scramble at the moment. And Brown wearing that captain's armband. As I mentioned, he's only a sophomore. Out there, one of the captains. Jack Foley, a senior, is another. It's an impressive thing to note. At a school this size, Gonzalez is being tugged back here by Callahan Manuel. Second time that Gonzalez has made a nuisance of himself, and this time he actually gets the call. Neither coach is going to the bench just yet. 5 outfield subs over there for Chanhassen. Shakopee has brought a bigger group than that with them. They have 9 and a goalkeeper. Senior Zachary Olson to curl this one in with the left foot. 4 targets to aim for. And that's a pretty good ball. Cleared out of there by the defense, not necessarily comfortably the first time. Put right back in by Sames and right back out again by Manuel. Olson goes overhead. Sames trying to switch the field here and to read the bounces as Swisher let it run out of play. I guess it had touched the Chanhassen player on the way through. Alert play by Swisher over there, or pardon me, Sheehan. This is Sames. Torrin Whitmer closed down quickly. And that does eventually force the turnover, and the ball comes through for Bader here with Sames out of the play behind him. Whitmer able to get back and force Bader wide and win it. Now Isidoro. Good footwork along the sideline and draws the foul against Lawrence Kurth. A deep ball here, and Isidoro can run onto it. Plays it early, looking for Sheehan, and it was curling away from him. And now Miller clears. Balmaceda a little late to that header for Shakopee, and out comes Foley. He wants to go over the top for Bader, and that one is just off the shoulder. Almost brought it in very nicely. And Whitmer again with some very good defending and ends up on top of Bader, who wants a call, but Chanhassen is right back up with it. This is Kurth. Good driven cross, and I don't think Foley was expecting that one to come down in front of him. Now Brown taking on defenders here, and eventually winning the battle was Mitchell Nadeau. Now Balmaceda. Looking for Isidoro driving wide. Swisher, can he get there first? He will, and the ball actually just runs out of play. It's actually Kevin Vieira with the ball through, not Balmaceda. Vieira, who has scored in each of the first 2 games, also had an assist on Gonzalez's goal in the opener. Zadoro lets that one go right into the Chanhassen bench. Not the restart that Reich wanted. 29-18 to go here in the first half. No score. Good action. One really good scoring chance. Came off the foot of Danny Brown and hit the crossbar for Chanhassen. Here's Bader, who was trying to lay it on, looking for Foley. Eventually it does get there, but he was closed down by Sames. Way offside on that play was Marlon Gonzalez. Straight to Isidoro again. Swisher. Now Balmaceda. Swisher with the foul and knew it. Another chance for Olsen here, pretty much right on the midfield line. Off the head of Manuel. Sheehan using the body to shield Wilson off of it. Still in a battle. And it's a goal kick for Chanhassen. First substitution of the game here for either team. Brown off, and Jake Busalaki, one of the seniors for this Chanhassen team, comes on. So Brown has had the only really close scoring chance in this game so far. Heads to the bench for a breather. Gonzalez, again, trying to weave his way through, and the ball just gets away from him. No score, opening half. Just about 13 minutes gone here from Chanhassen. Charlie Beatty with you on PrepSpotlight.tv, kicking off our week of coverage, and it's a big one. Plenty of soccer and, of course, 14 football games to come your way, including one from here. We will actually be at Shakopee next week when they host Wyzetta. So they have Shakopee's game this week as well, as they're at Anoka to open the season. Right now, it's all about soccer. Here's a long ball across field, and a first touch for Busalaki to run onto it. Great ball from Mahabadi to Busalaki, and this is out of play. Belongs to the Storm. Great range of passing there from the junior Jake Mahabadi. Over the head of Busalaki on the throw. Nato is able to clear it. Comes right back out to Mahabadi again, staring Gonzalez in the face. Vieira with the intervention. Sheehan tried to touch it on for Gonzalez. Came all the way back for Liam Guthrie. Seeks out Kurth, who splits two defenders here, and now trying to do it again, and eventually black jerseys win out, but he gets some help. And this is Mahabadi popping up everywhere, and there's some great footwork from him, and tried the spin twice, and generally once is enough. And that's out of play along this near sideline by Isidoro. I'm not sure knew which line he was supposed to look at. Quickly thrown in for Kurth. Good step in here by Whitmer. Gonzalez wins the battle away from Swisher. Isidoro wants Sheehan and finds him, and the ball eventually just bounces away and always curling back. Now Vieira. Olsen along the far side, just trying to keep it in. Does win it. Looked like that hit the defender in the hand, and the official does play the advantage here, which doesn't amount to much. Another beautiful day. The weather has cooperated pretty well with the start of the fall sports season. It's supposed to stay this way the rest of the week, too, so great weather for the rest of the contests. Stormy on the weekend, but that's fine. Not as many games. Sheehan wants Gonzalez. Manuel always first to it. There's a tough touch from the freshman goalkeeper, Hofer. Through ball, no one making the run for Shakopee. Subs coming on. Brown's going to return for Chanhassen. Shakopee is going to bring in Troy Dollarshell and Zachary Susi. Dollarshell number 3, Susi number 15. Isidoro will be replaced. Coming off for Chanhassen is Bader. Luke Sheehan, senior forward, who's been very active here early, also coming off for the Sabres. .5 minutes played. Vieira waits that one out very well. Dollarshell with his first touch, and he wants to find the other substitute, Susi, but getting there first is Reich. Read that one very well. One out of the air by Foley. Susi in a battle with a couple of white jerseys, nearly broke for him, but it actually was out of play before any of that happened. Throwing for Shakopee, but Olsen is about 10 yards up from where he's allowed to take it. Shakopee really spreading the field here. They haven't played a lot of long cross-field balls, but if they start doing it, they might find some gaps on the weak side. Right now, here's Brown. Sames committed himself. On the overlap, it's Busalaki. Great work on that far side by Nato again. Mentioned some of the youth on the Shakopee team. Hofer in goal. Now Susi is on. Zachary Susi is just an 8th grader. Long throw here. It's aimed for Kurth. Comes all the way through, and there's no one in white behind Lawrence Kurth, so an easy one for Hofer. Good idea. Header by Allen. Straight out of play. Well, don't forget to follow the Prep Spotlight Twitter account at MN Prep Spotlight for all the latest prep sports news, links to streaming broadcasts, and more. That's MN Prep Spotlight. There it is. Obviously, if you have anything that you think we should know about, certainly tweet at MN Prep Spotlight. Let us know. Story ideas. Any great photos you want us to see, send them our way. Here's a dangerous chance for Shakopee. Susie couldn't quite get a foot on it, but it might come back to him, and it did come all the way through. Still held in now. Getting it on the right foot for the cross, aimed towards Gonzalez. Not a bad ball there from Nato. Gonzalez attacking it. Best chance so far for the Sabres. A couple of balls straight through the box that they weren't able to do anything with. John Poppin would like to see that one again. Sames with Brown hustling him down and just puts it out of play, nearing the midway point of this first half. Another long throw, and that one comes all the way through, and no one attacking it again. Busalaki was closest.
Let's get in there, White.
These long throws really could cause problems. There's a scuffed restart by Hofer, but he gets helped out. Balmaceda was able to win it. Gonzalez lost it, though, and now Foley. Brown is onside, but it comes all the way through, and Hofer was a little conscious of where the edge of the 18-yard box was there. He kind of came out, checked up, and then realized it was going to roll to him all along. There's so many lines down there that it can be tricky, especially if you're not used to the field, as to which one is yours. And the lines we're interested in are black. It can be actually a little tricky to see on our picture. The reason why black lines aren't used all that often. You might already know why it is. Here's a chance. And skipping through on the shot by Allen. First actual save for Hofer. Gonzalez with the flick on. Zusi is chasing it. Oh, and that's a hot pass back to the goalkeeper and nearly put him in trouble there from Liam Guthrie. They're able to get out of it. Now Will Wilson through the middle. Here's Allen. Good ball out for Busalaki. Brown trying to stay onside and does. Gonzalez stopped his run. Not that he was impeded by Manuel. Shakopee pressing high. Again. Manuel won't be able to hold it in. Under 18 minutes to go in this first half. Still scoreless. Good crowd here. Great day to enjoy a game. And again, they'll have two at their disposal if they choose to stay. Girls game is next. And we'll have it right here for you on PrepSpotlight.tv. Same two teams. Kurth overran it. Shoulder to shoulder there with Balmaceda, and the foul goes against Kurth. Like 6 of one, half dozen of the other there. But Balmaceda did fall. Actually, more, he fell because Kurth's shoulder challenge actually missed him. He was expecting contact, didn't get That's why he went down. Driven into the box and headed away by Manuel. That time it was Mant who had the opportunity. An offside flag up on the far side. Couple of substitutions getting set to check in. For Chanhassen, Bader's going to return. Carter Cruz, a junior defender, also about to check in for the first time. But right now they got a chance over the top. Foley trying to hustle onto it. Mant, though, with a good intervention. Now he's got to go somewhere with it. Foley couldn't hold it in. We'll see what they call. It is a corner. Well, Mant did enough. Just enough. And Chanhassen's going to get the substitutions on before the corner. Mahabadi is coming out. Also, Will Wilson. Cleared away on that back post. Rising high for it was Nato. Delivery on the long throws and the corners here for Chanhassen's been very good. Just a matter of making it count. Bader on that far side, just trying to hold it in play here, and he did not. Substitution coming. Abdewasa Tahir is coming in for the first time. He's going to take the place of Dario Balmaceda. Tahir, another senior for the Shakopee team. We have 12 senior players, including Balmaceda, who just left. So, as I mentioned, a team that struggled for the last couple years, but 2-0 this year, and a team that's played together for a while. Hoping that continuity pays off. They do have some youth, extreme youth at the other end. Mentioned Hofer and mentioned Susi. They don't have a ton in the middle. Not a lot of juniors and sophomores on this team. Go quickly, and Olsen, I think, had that slip out of his hand. Touched out of play by Vieira. And another substitution stoppage. Here's Mahabadi, who just came off, is going to come right back on. He takes the place of Busalaki, who had moved back into midfield when Bader came on. Up front, it's Bader, Kurth, and Foley. We also do have Brown up there. Maybe are playing more of a 4-2-4 than I even realized. Mahabadi and Allen are really the only deep midfielders. Not a formation you see a lot, maybe more at the high school level, where if you press well enough, you can get away with it. Hofer came for one that he didn't get to. Tumbled down in the box was Bader, and it's just scrambled away, but Brown will have another chance for the long throw. And again, that causes problems here for Shakopee. Actually, this time it's going to be Manuel who will take it. And he's going to start in about lane 3 on the track. And again, it's Nadeau who gets up highest. Came right back to Manuel. His cross was charged down. Now Tahir, his first meaningful touch of the game. Out muscled on the far side by Manuel. And Nadeau's only recourse was again to put it onto the track. Long throw taken quickly. Header by Sames goes straight up, and the only one who sees it really was Hofer. Down to the final 12 minutes here of this opening half. A reminder, Sunday night, gets the season opener of Minnesota Prep Spotlight on 45 TV. Host Tori Holt and Chrissy Wendell will have all the highlights, as well as feature stories on athletes, coaches, and others who are shaping the Minnesota Prep sports world, filmed on location at a different school each week. Minnesota Prep Spotlight is the most comprehensive sports show in the state. Tune in Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on 45 TV, or you can catch every episode right here at prepspotlight.tv. Episode will be up on Monday morning. Bertrand Ngam is coming in for the first time here, and he takes the place of Gonzalez. Done a lot of hard running here in this opening 20 minutes of the game, 20-plus minutes of the game. Sames. Ngam right into the action. And Bader, the nice intervention, wants to turn on the Jets down this near sideline. Nearly forgot the key element. And then Sames had it run out of play. It's going to belong to Shakopee. Bader thought it was his throw. And I think he probably would have made more of an effort for that had he realized it was going to be Shakopee ball. He could have kept it in play, but I don't think he thought he needed to. So a break maybe for the Sabres. Really hard to tell. Nearly a bad turnover there by Mant. Now here's Kurth. Foley trying to play the 1-2, didn't get enough on it. And the long ball aimed towards Susie, but he's not going to be able to catch up to that. Cameron Visegi, a sophomore, number 16, is coming in for Chanhassen. He takes the place of the senior Foley, so the diminutive sophomore Visegi into the game, and they aim for him on the throw. Goes over his head and right to Ngam. Here's Allen. Again, getting Visegi involved. Left it wide for Brown. Dollar Shell on this near side with the intervention. Allen still trying to win it back, and Chanhassen does have it. This is Swisher. Mahabadi. Olsen had it played right to him and wanted to send it down that far side for Susie, and good hustle by the defense for Chanhassen to win it back. Now Vieira. Shakopee would like to see the ball at this guy's feet as much as possible, and that was a good idea. Reich just lets it run out of play. Isidoro is coming back on for the Sabres. He will take the place of Zachary Olsen. Isidoro, as I mentioned, they don't have a lot of sophomores, but he is one of them. Torin Whitmer also out there, a sophomore, and Marlon Gonzalez. So not a big sophomore class, but they do have 6 goals between them here on the season of the 9 the team has scored. Quality, not quantity. Of course, this does not count how many players in the sophomore junior classes that might be playing for the JV right now for Chanhassen. Good hustle over there by Ngam. Whitmer with the quick throw. Both of these teams like to get it back in quickly, trying to catch the opposition napping. Good idea by Brown. Now Vasegi rocketed it off of Allen, and Vieira couldn't get out of the crowd, earns the throw. 8:13 remaining in the first half. Only one glorious chance in this game, and that was Brown hitting the crossbar. Shakopee did have a couple of dangerous moments, but never got a shot away. I don't think Reich has made an official save yet, not by my count anyway. Isidoro taken right off his foot by Cruz. That's a good ball over the top, played by Susi. It's going to come right back to him. And Susi wanted to go through the middle for Ngam, and it hit him right in the back of the heels. Over the top for Brown again, and he's got a step on Mant. One-on-one with the keeper. Brown, 1-0. 7:24 left. Hofer is down on the play, but Danny Brown, who hit the crossbar early, going up high, this time keeps it low and puts it in, and Chanhassen has the 1-0 lead. Hofer, I think, took a toe in the chest, holding right under his right arm. Brown had a touch just before the shot that nearly took the ball away from him. There you see Hofer still trying to shake it off here. Oh, insult to injury. The goal goes in. And Chanhassen with the 1-0 lead. Danny Brown, talented sophomore and captain of this Chanhassen team, breaks the ice here. 7:25 remaining in the first half. Tahir may have gotten away with a push there. Whitmer missed it. Hustling after that is Dylan Hernandez, who came on right after the goal, the junior for Chanhassen. Ngam trying to leave it for Tahir. Actually played it to Vieira. Incidentally. Now Mant came very close on that breakaway by Brown to clipping his heels, which would have been consideration for a red card, impeding a player with a clear path to the goal. Didn't really have a choice but to pull up, and that allowed Brown to really get through. He couldn't chase him down. Vasegi with the header. Allen with the header through the middle. Bader with the defender Sames slipping on the play. Sames pops right back up, forces Bader back. Tries the crossfield ball. Isidoro is the only one over there. Trying to keep Brown away from it. And it is Shakopee throw. Krishna Yuk is into the game, number 18 for Shakopee. Junior defender. Chanhassen with a couple of substitutions there as well. Matt Reich has come on. Number 12 in defense. Bader also checked out there. He was replaced by Busalaki. Mant. Mahabadi looking for an option here. Brown through the middle for Busalaki, and Sames read it well. Brown working on NATO over there, and Mant was the second line of defense. Now Isidoro. Mahabadi taken away, and now Vieira. Isidoro forced to play a speculative ball into the middle, and it came all the way through to Dylan Hernandez here. Wants Brown on that far side. Susie for Vieira. Swarmed immediately. Now Yuk. Last name spelled UK. Body now for Vasegi. Good work tracking back there by Dollar Shell. Giancarlo Pambuena is getting set to check in for Shakopee. They go deep into the bench here. He's going to take the place of Isidoro. Get a run out for the final 3 minutes of this first half. Chanhassen leading at 1-0. 34th minute goal by Danny Brown is the two best chances of this game. The goal and hitting the crossbar earlier, and two Shakopee players come together, and Dollar Shell hammers it off of Vieira and out for a throw. Swisher takes it quickly. Busalaki is the furthest forward. To here clears it. And coming together for Chanhassen players there as well. So some miscommunication on both sides. Able to win it back. Swisher for Mant. Vasegi will try. And not far away on what would have been a spectacular goal.
Nice try, Cam.
Cameron Vasegi. Chanhassen really started to ratchet up the pressure here. Shakopee hasn't had much of a response for the last 7-8 minutes. Vieira losing out in the midfield to Carter Cruz. Now Pambuena. Again, wanted to switch it. Not a bad idea. A bad touch by Swisher, and now a chance for Ngam, but Manuel shielding him. Ngam goes to the slide tackle to try to play across. That's defending and attacking all in one. And now a foul here, and a card is coming out. It's going to be against Tahir. He's walking away from the official, who telling him to come back. He's going to have to come out of the game, so a yellow for Abdiwasa Tahir. 1:20 left in the first half for what looked like just an innocent kind of routine foul. This game has not been all that physical. Certainly not a situation where you'd be counting up fouls and totting up to here for a yellow, but he has one now. He's replaced by Dario Balmaceda. Allen Vasegu nearly made it 2-0 a moment ago. And he's fouled, and we're going to get another card here, it looks like, or is this for the injury? Vasegi will have to come off, so he'll be replaced by Foley for the final 70 seconds of the half. Ball hit him in the face, and so anything with a potential head injury is dealt with immediately by the official. Doesn't look like there's anything to be worried about here, but that's in the handbook. The officials have to do it. Ball given back to Shakopee sportingly after the whistle goes. Ngam. Now in another foot race with Manuel. Manuel tries to put it up the hill here. Wanted to waste a few seconds. Shakopee would like a new ball. There are 3 of them at midfield. Manuel's clearance with extreme prejudice really does the job. Killed a few seconds here. About 30 left for Shakopee to try to even this up before halftime. Not like that, though. Busalaki, Hernandez. Those are the 2 furthest forward right now for the Storm. Mahabadi hammers it forward. Hofer just waiting for it to get into the box. So it looks like this is how the first half will end. We're down to the final 10 seconds, unless there's a quick one here. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Good half here for Chanhassen. They lead it 1-0, and the horn will sound right now here at Storm Stadium. 1-0 for the home team after 40 minutes of play. We will be back in just a moment here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
With an eye.
Chanhassen was very dangerous off set pieces in that first half of play. And it's Brown to trigger this one in. A lot of long throws. And again, they have that four-man picket fence at the I have never seen this. All the soccer that I've watched and played over the years, team put four players there just to kind of shield the vision of a goalkeeper. As a former goalkeeper, I can tell you it looks really annoying to deal with. It's probably why they do it. Right now, Shakopee trying to play out of the back. Gom is forward. He's up there right now with Marlon Gonzalez. Gom did not start the game, played a lot in that first half. And here's Brown. Bader again. Mant had the angle, but only able to put it out of play again. That's been a theme to this game. Shakopee's defense has stepped in when they needed to, but Chanhassen has pressured them sufficiently so that they haven't really been able to play out of the back. Long throw finds the head of Mant again. Takes two tries to get it out, but it's helped along by Balmaceda. And a foul here behind the play. Huge noise here at the stadium, trying to figure out what it was. The train is going by. Those of us who don't spend a ton of time here at Chanhassen and didn't really even realize there were tracks near here. It was surprising. Zach Olson. And Gom wants Gonzalez. That goes all the way through and actually ends up as a pretty good ball. And now a chance on that far side. And it came from Giancarlo Pambuena, who came on late in the first half and didn't play much, but starts the second half on the field. Really, that's the best opportunity of the day for this Shakopee Sabre team. Luke Reich resetting the ball back there. Taking that extra second. Wasting a little time. Right back onto the head of Gom, trying to drop it off for Olson. Olson stays with it. Gom making a run. Gonzalez also there. Olson, that's a dangerous cross, and it's dealt with by Callahan Manuel. It's been solid at the for Chanhassen. This is a very long train, I should note. Rhythmic crowd noise here at Chanhassen as we get set for this corner. Gonzalez takes it short. It's the first Shakopee corner of the day. And it doesn't lead to much as Foley just gets rid of it. Everybody was back for the Storm. But this will allow them to push out and defend. So the short corner doesn't amount to much for the Sabres, who, after scoring 9 times in their first 2 games, are still off the board here. I did mention this would be a sterner test for them. First game of the year against Waconia. The second game against Jordan. Both of those schools play at the Class A level, so stepping it up a notch here for Shakopee. Next for them, Holy Family. That'll be a week from today, and then they've got a lot of conference play after that. All 2A teams from here on out: Apple Valley, Chaska, Burnsville, Prior Lake, Jefferson, Lakeville North, Farmington, Rosemount, Lakeville South, Egan, and Eastview. And for Shakopee fans, new to us, maybe here at PrepSpotlight.tv, keep in mind we will have Shakopee broadcasts on this year. New partner for us. We're very happy to be partnering with them. Here's Bader, and he hits the post. Just getting a piece of it was Hofer, just enough to put him off. That's a save. I don't think a lot of people realize it. It's the second post of the day for Chanhassen, but this one, Hofer, whether he really tried to or not, got just a little piece of. Now here comes Marlon Gonzalez. He's dangerous with the ball at his feet. Trying to go around Manuel, and the bigger defenders able to shield him off the ball and draws the foul. Great defending there by Manuel. At the other end, Bader nearly made it 2-0. Again, this Chanhassen team opened the season losing to Edina, which is certainly not anything to be too concerned about. It was a 4-1 defeat, which I'm sure they would rather have back, but Edina, coming into the season here, is ranked as the #1 team in the state. Actually, coming into this week, they took over the #1 spot from Anoka. Top 10 this week looks like this: Edina #1, Eastridge #2, Wayzata 3, Washburn 4. Washburn routed the defending champions Anoka in the season opener 4-0. Anoka's second game tonight is up in the National Sports Center against Totino Grace. Very good Class A team. Park Center is 5th. Anoka drops down to 6th. Minnetonka 7. North St. Paul is 8. Stillwater 9. And Bloomington Jefferson 10. Chanhassen, of course, with an eye on Bloomington Jefferson, team in their conference. And again, those polls are in the early season don't mean a whole lot. Need to have proof of that. Just ask Anoka. They were unranked and unheralded going into the last 2 state tournaments, and they won them both. Here's Brown. Nice touch away from Balmaceda, who grabs onto him, and a little frustration maybe seeping in here for the Sabres. They've got to find a way to overcome that. They're still very much in this game. Nice touch by Ngam. Manuel. It's been a magnet today. Here's Vieira, though, with some space. And he's got a touch through here from Marlon Gonzalez. Swisher hustling back. Gonzalez trying to get away from him. And Ngam from right under the bar. Can't believe he missed. Well, in his defense, the ball was coming at him with a good bit of pace on it. But Bertrand Ngam won't get him any closer in chances than that. And great work by Vieira and Gonzalez, the 1-2 punch for the Shakopee team. First time they've really had a chance to play through the defense. And now right back the other way. Here comes Chanhassen. Bader, nearly slipped it through, and Nadu there to clean it up. Game opening up here, as all 1-0 games tend to do. Good feet in there from number 9, Carter Cruz. Ngam was off to the races on that one. Been a very solid defensive effort here today for Chanhassen. Only blemish, that last one where they were cut to pieces just a little bit, but they were able to recover, and the miraculous escape. Oh, that's really dangerous from Ngam, who's going to get a yellow card here. Going for the spectacular, but he nearly kicked Cruz straight in the forehead, and he'll be replaced by Luke Sheehan. Second yellow of the day for Shakopee. Tahir has one as well, and then Ngam obviously not trying to do anything malicious, but those are dangerous plays. If anything, if you're John Poppin, you might tell him you don't really need to do the bicycle kick in that area of the field. Brown had it back. Bounced nicely for him, not once but twice. Shoulder-to-shoulder collision there. Brown has stayed down behind the play, and he's holding his midsection. Shakopee was playing the other way, but Brown is doubled over back behind the play. It's the goal scorer from today. So they'll take a look at him here. Now your home for Minnesota high school sports is PrepSpotlight.tv with dozens of free live stream games each week. Catch all the action live or on demand. If you miss an episode of Minnesota Prep Spotlight, you can catch them all right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. You might have been able to hear the applause, and that's why Danny Brown up and off the field. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him. Was holding his stomach as he came off. And generally, that's the best case scenario if that's what happens. So he is replaced for the moment, at least, by Jake Busalaki. 30 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in this game. 1-0 Chanhassen on a goal by the man who just left the game injured. But is walking around under his own power on the sideline. Imagine we'll see him back fairly soon. Bader nearly put the defense under pressure there. Guthrie didn't get as much on that as he wanted to, but it works out here for the Storm. This is Busalaki. He wants Bader, and that's a fantastic ball through, and Bader couldn't quite bring it under his control the way he wanted to, but a great pass from Busalaki. Excellent vision. Another Chanhassen player spilled over here. This time it's Mahabadi in the midfield. Came together with Vieira. Cruz. Good recovery there by Allen. And the overlap by Busalaki. Nato couldn't hold it in. It's out for a throw. And another long throw opportunity here as Callahan Manuel jogs forward. And Hofer came out for it, had to get there and did. Out jumping Foley. Mentioning earlier to Shakopee fans that might be watching is that we will have Shakopee games on for you this year, and our schedule of our broadcast comes out every Monday. It'll be published right there on the homepage of the site, so if you're wondering which games will be on, just check it out every Monday. I'll have all the information you need. Game times. All the games will be live. They're all free and archived as well. So log on and join us all season long. Soccer and football. Basketball in the winter. Plenty of lacrosse in the spring. I meant to count how many games we covered last year. Never got around to it this summer. Several hundred is the best guess I can give you, and it should be even more this year. We're very happy to bring you as many games as we possibly can. Busalaki trying for another one through the middle. That time no one in white able to run onto it. Down to 27 minutes to go. Chanhassen still with the 1-0 lead. Shakopee's really only had the one golden chance as Bertrand Ngam off balance and facing a pretty hard pass in the air. Couldn't get his body adjusted to pop it in, even though he was about 2 yards out. Popped up over the bar. Chanhassen on their side, even with the one goal they have, they've hit the post twice, once directly and once off a deflection from the goalkeeper Hofer. They've looked the team more likely to score the next one all game long. Two games coming your way tomorrow night on PrepSpotlight.tv. Both will be up at Andover. Blaine and Andover in a Northwest Suburban doubleheader. I'll be there for both of those. There's a foul and a yellow card coming out for Mahabadi. The cynical foul, so the substitution will be made here, and it's Brown who will come back on as Mahabadi leaves. Down the right wing, that's held in and just out of play at the last moment. Great effort on that far side by Pambuena. Eventually played in a dangerous ball, but it had already crossed the line. So again, Reich still has not made a save officially in this game. Good feat by Gonzalez, but too many white jerseys there for him to deal with. ball never really had a target. Now Olsen. Kurth gives it away at midfield. Vieira nearly left without it. Now a foot race here between Swisher and Pambuena. Swisher just trying to usher the ball out of play. Hit the corner flag, and it ends up as a throw. Pambuena a little frustrated that Swisher never made an effort to play the ball. Good intervention by Vieira. And another throw. This one belongs to Shakopee. So Sabres putting that high press on again. They were doing this a lot early in the game, and it paid off somewhat. Kind of got away from it late in the first half, but they need to ratchet it up now. Less than 24 minutes remaining. Looking for Sheehan on the long throw. It comes out for Kurth, and he finds Bader. Mance overran it. Good step in there and a saving intervention by Riley Sames. That leads to a foul. And I think Bader may have talked his way into a yellow card here if he's not careful. The official is having a word with him. I don't think he's going to be carded. He didn't like the call, but pretty clear cut. Good officiating there as high school players more likely to say something to the referee they regret. Don't always have to just go straight to the cards. Substitution, here's Dylan Hernandez comes back on. He'll take the place of Kurth. Mahabadi, who had to leave the game after being yellow carded a moment ago, is about to come back on. A couple of substitutions about to return for Shakopee as well as Dollarshell, who played a lot of the first half after coming off the bench. He'll return along with Jason Isidoro, who started the game, did not start the second half. Pambuena and Olsen, the two wingers, are substituted. Salaki wins the battle in midfield. Now Hernandez. Salaki has continued down this right-hand side. He has one target in the middle. It's Brown. The defense of NATO put him off. Good hustle by Foley to keep it alive. Isidoro trying to get out of jail here. There's three white jerseys around him. And he's done very well. Looking for a little help there from Balmaceda. Eventually, Chanhassen just outnumbers the Sabres to win it back. Foul along the far side. Goes against Dollarshell. Good cross. Batted out of there by Hofer. Shakopee able to deal with it. Hofer Came for one that he wasn't going to get to. I think the advantage has been played here. Now it is whistled back for the foul on Sheehan. For that last free kick, a handful of fans, I believe students, friends of his, Alex Bader, chanting his name in the stands. He just looked back and pointed at the net, shook his head as if to say, "Can you believe I hit that post?" You don't get that kind of interaction except at the high school level. Another dangerous ball coming in. Hofer in a crowd collided with one of the Chanhassen players. That was Manuel. Everybody is all right. The official blew the whistle like he was going to maybe card somebody, but it's just a discussion with Manuel about easing off the goaltenders. He has every right to go for the ball. Nothing more than that. To their credit, Hofer and Manuel popped right back up, made sure each other were okay, and played on. Cruz let that one bounce again and ate him up a little bit. Good turn by Marlon Gonzalez. He's got some good feet, but he gave it away. Now Hernandez looking for Brown. Sames with the intercept. On the far side, trying to clear it out there was Torin Whitmer. Had to put it out of play. Under pressure again from a Chanhassen player. Mahabadi. Back for Liam Guthrie. A quiet, solid performance from Guthrie today. But now he's in a foot race with Gonzalez, who's gaining quickly, and like he tried to pull Guthrie back, and the defender used his size. Brown is offside here, despite the rise from the crowd. And he knew it. Sames don't want to go long here. Sheehan didn't mean that. I think he wanted to flick that on. Mance with strong intervention. Sheehan did mean that. He was trying to get it to Isidoro. Now Vieira. Working hard in the midfield. Loses out now to Dylan Hernandez. Good help from Kevin Allen on the play. Hernandez with a shifty dummy around Balmaceda. Isidoro not having that one. Busalaki charging in hard with Sheehan to try to win it back. It is Chanhassen ball. 17:51 remaining. You can see the score. It's been that way ever since Danny Brown tucked home a breakaway chance after the 34th minute. And here's Brown again. Cheeky first touch. Now shoulder to shoulder with Mant. He shrugs him off, lays it back, and he wanted Foley. Great diving intervention by Riley Sames. Balmaceda straight to Guthrie. Down to the 17-minute mark.
Onside.
Reminder, girls' game is next. Scheduled to start about 7 o'clock. Maybe a few minutes later than that, but we'll see. Lawrence Kurth is going to come back on. Takes the place of Busalaki, who gets a hand from his head coach, Joey Matesi, his new head coach. That's flicked on. That came off a Shakopee head, so a chance for Foley. 2-0. Hofer came out, and he was really committed to that ball, and from a bad angle, Jack Foley makes it 2-0 with 16:23 remaining.
A throw in and a flick on header, but I don't see Lawrence header to the pass. Okay. Assist by
That flicked off the head, I believe, of Mitchell Nadeau. I'm not sure Foley would have been offside otherwise, but once it did that, he couldn't be offside. And Foley may have just won this one and put it away for Chanhassen. Shakopee now running for a late comeback. Brown. Shakopee players tripping over each other here. Nadeau, the body block on Danny Brown. Vieira's moved a little further up here for Shakopee as they try to make it happen up front with Gonzalez and Vieira. Testing out the sound effects here at Chanhassen. That was a very loud loon call for reasons, I'm sure. I don't know what they are. 15:03 remaining here, 2-0 in favor of the Storm. Get our scoreboard updated as well. Ngam back on the field for the first time since picking up the yellow a few moments ago. He's taken the place of Troy Dollarshell. And the Shakopee team won only 2 games last year. It's just a rough year all the way around. And watching them play today, even though they are behind, the feeling they're going to significantly increase that total. They've got a lot of talent on the field. They've been done in here by a couple of unfortunate bounces that have gotten behind the defense. Now they're selling out to try to win balls back, so this might get worse. Here's Brown. Has Bader. And the side foot chance blocked easily by Sames. Only out as far as Kurth, however. He wants to put one right back into the danger area. That may have hit him on the way back down. It's a Shakopee ball. Vieira. Now Gonzalez. Again, there's Manuel. Isidoro wants to go crossfield. There's three Shakopee players there. One of them is Zach Olson, who has stepped around the defender and sliced it wide. Very frustrated with himself. Great first touch to get himself free. Clearly wanted to lash that one low across the face of the goal and just never really got it the way he could. Matt Reich has come back on. He replaces Brown. May shift a formation here for Jan Hassan a little bit. Reich is a defensive player. Brown clearly not. Certainly looks like more of a 4-4-2 than a 4-2-4, 4-3-3, whatever they've been playing for most of the game. They have the 2 goals. They don't need to pile on anymore necessarily, but they've got to hold the fort here for the final 12 minutes. Hit Bader, so he has to keep it in. Does a nice job to do so. Good defensive work by Sames again. Vasegi is coming on here for his first appearance of the second half. Played towards the end of that first half as well and had a great shooting opportunity on the volley and was very close with what would have been a highlight reel goal. Bader, good strength, stepped on the ball. It's the only thing that slowed him down. I don't think he's hurt more than frustrated here. Manuel with another long throw opportunity here for the Storm. Under 10 minutes. And again, it came back to Vasegi for another half volley. This one not as close. Almost the exact same spot as the first half. Balls keep popping to him like that throughout the season. Cameron Vasegi is going to have some highlight reels to show by the end of the year. He's going to finish 1 or 2 of those. Bader may have actually been a little shaken up after that last play. He's coming off here. He's replaced by Busalaki. Kurth nods it down. Shakopee having trouble getting the possession they need here late. Vieira's moved back into a midfield role. Won it. Now we need somewhere to go with it. Under 9 to play. 2-0 Chanhassen. Luke Sheehan, senior forward, is going to come back on here. He's going to come on in place of a defender, Torin Whitmer. So Shakopee really selling out here. Actually, 7 players in front of the ball right now. Going to go 3 at the back and try to make it happen. Why not? Don't have to worry about goal differential, so try to get a few. Matt Reich unable to keep it in on that far side. Manuel. Have to deal with this again. He'll go all the way back to Luke Reich. Final 7.5 minutes. Mahabadi heads it on for Kurth. Mance stepping up there. Plays it for Sheehan. If he brought that one in cleanly, they might have been in business. Working hard to win it back again, and has. And a good overlap run by Isidoro. He is taken down on the far side. Chanhassen player protesting and saying he got the ball. Official says no. I think that's Kevin Allen. Actually, Zach Swisher who committed the foul. Now he's in the 3-man wall, which is being forced to move back about 5 steps. Vieira to send this one in for Shakopee. Everybody up as they need something. And that went straight to Reich. Kurth had a man on the far side, chose to go to the near side for Busalaki, and Gam is back defending. And Busalaki able to keep it in, at least momentarily. Ends up as a goal kick, but the first effort was great. Mahabadi with the header. Mance scuffed it. Vasegi wanted to go to Busalaki, who I believe was offside. Now Kurth again. Space down the far side for Matt Reich. Vieira and Sames working together to win it back. Through the middle for Sheehan. Swisher won it. Kurth. Did a good shift today, Kurth. His name mentioned much, but he's been around the ball quite a bit. Here's Mahabadi dancing through defenders. The crowd appreciating that. Under 5 minutes to go. Shakopee stuck at the wrong end of the field right now. Chanhassen's going to get a couple of substitutions. In fact, both goal scorers are about to come back on. Brown and Foley. Vasegi and Matt Reich are replaced. This looks like the 11 to finish the game. Mant. Olsen. Plays it long, and Gom couldn't get to it, neither could Sheehan. Cleared away by Manuel. Only as far as Isidoro, and now Sheehan and Manuel on that far side. Oh, Sheehan played it through him, but never was able to keep his footing. Out of play by Manuel again. Isidoro in the corner. Not a bad cross. Reich was the closest to it. Shakopee, as I mentioned, up next for them. Holy Family, week from today. Chanhassen's next game will be on Thursday. They will play St. Paul Academy here. We will not have that game for you as football takes over the airwaves for us on Thursday night. Of course, Chanhassen doesn't have to worry about that. Chanhassen soccer fans, because their football game is Friday. Game we will have on PrepSpotlight.tv against Robbinsdale Armstrong. Hofer way out to play sweeper keeper here. Didn't get much on it. Under pressure on the play from Foley. Another substitution coming on as Bader returns. And he will take the place of Busalaki. Under 2 minutes left. Came up and hit the hand of Bader. Shakopee down to 96 seconds. They need to hurry. Down 2. Cleared away by Swisher. And another good piece of work by Kurth. Here's Bader trying to bring it in. Mant. Bader ends up on the deck again and commits a foul on the play. So Shakopee appears headed for their first loss of the year. Chanhassen, their second win in a row. And their only loss coming against the team currently ranked number 1 in the state, the Edina Hornets. This may end up as a corner. Great work on the play by Guthrie, not giving anything up here. late, turned the corner into a throw. Or did he? And he did. I think they were setting up for the corner. Official told them that was not the case. Here's Kurth again. Cleared away by Mahabadi, and precious seconds dwindling away here for Shakopee as Chanhassen, 24 seconds away from victory. Gone. Back from Manuel, who's been one of the best players on the field today. Down to 5 seconds. Chanhassen and Shakopee will both be 2-1 after this result. Goals in the 34th minute from Danny Brown and the 63rd minute from Jack Foley. And that's your final. Chanhassen 2 and Shakopee nothing. Well, thank you for tuning